In this video, I'm going to show you how to achieve a quick and striking result by combining Vallejo's XPRESS color and game color. I start with a white primer using spray. I mix Viking Gray with XPRESS medium, approximately 3 parts paint to 1 part medium. A tip: start with the most hidden areas. That way, if you slip a bit, you won't stain the more visible parts. And yes, the mistake you see on screen is intentional, so you can see what happens if we don't follow this order. For the weapon and some parts of the armor, I use diluted Hospitaller Black with medium. With Bag of Bones color, I paint the shoulder fur and some decorations. I add copper brown to bring a new tone to the fur without completely covering the base color. I also take the opportunity to paint leather areas, such as the knife sheath. Using willow bark, I add an extra nuance to the fur. I always like to rely on real-life references. In this case, I was inspired by the fur of the Iberian wolf. With dead white, I touch up any areas that may have gotten stained during the process. I use mummy white to highlight other parts of the fur and the sculpted runes, adding a nice contrast. For the shoulder pad and knee ornament, I prepare a mix of Templar white and Hospitaller Black, resulting in a well-balanced light gray. For the face, I use dwarf skin, a tone that provides good coverage in a single coat and gives a natural finish. I paint the shoulder pad with Dreadnought yellow mixed with medium, being careful not to mess up the finished areas. To depict a graying beard, I apply Templar white, achieving a soft and natural look. I paint the straps with willow bark, a dark tone that harmonizes with the rest of the miniature. I apply velvet red to the weapon grips, adding a pop of color that contrasts nicely with the rest. I paint the metallic parts of the weapon directly with silver. To shade those metals, I use Hospitaller Black diluted with a bit of water, adding depth without losing shine. I use Glorious Gold for the gold parts. It covers super well. To shade the gold, I use dwarf skin. Its reddish undertones enrich the metal's look. Highlighting the metal parts with silver is key to defining the volumes well. And finally, I highlight the gold areas with polished gold to make them stand out even more. I continue edge highlighting the rest of the miniature. For black areas like the weapon, I use London Gray. On the armor, I highlight with Wolf Gray, which gives a soft but effective contrast. A tip: when edge highlighting, use the flat side of the brush for better precision and control. With the same color, I add small scratches on the armor, simulating wear and tear. With Toxic Yellow, I edge the yellow shoulder pad and also add some weathering. I apply Viking Gray to the beard to give it some tonal variety. With a mix of velvet red and gloomy violet, I shade details like rivets. That reddish tone works especially well over the bluish gray of the armor. For the eyes, I use black. It's important to use a brush with a good tip to get precision in such a small space. I finish the eye by applying off-white. With Cardinal Purple, I add a touch of color to the face, applying it on the nose, cheeks, and lips, areas that are naturally more reddish. I paint the eyebrows with off-white to stay consistent with the beard's tone. To finish the fur, I apply bone white using dry brushing, which helps bring out the texture without covering the previous tones. And that's our finished miniature. If you want to know how I made the base and the ice sword, follow us on social media where you'll find more content and tutorials. Tell us in the comments, what miniature would you like to see in future videos? We are reading!